Hey everyone, Two-Tone back with some Spyral Platinum 1 gameplay, this time against a Prank Kids opponent. I've got a pretty good hand. Magician Souls plus a effect that revives is full combo. I've got a little extra disruption in Forbidden Droplet, and I get a free draw off Chicken Game. Also, this kind of demonstrates how good Chicken Game can be in the Spyral deck with Magician Souls. If I play Chicken Game and get my Magician Souls on the field, I can draw 2 cards off of this 1 card functionally, so that's kind of why people will run Chicken Game instead of Upstart Goblin or Pot of Prosperity in a deck like this. So I'm going to lead off with a Chicken Game, and unfortunately my opponent drops Maxi immediately, and because I didn't draw the Called by the Grave or Ash Blossom, this actually just stops my combo, right? I can't combo into an opponent with Maxi up, because there's no way I can do 35 special summons no matter how good I am. Like, I can probably get up to 20 if I'm really trying to like push it, but there's no way I can get into that many, and so I can't really do my combo. So I'm gonna have to like rely on Forbidden Droplets to stop my opponent from killing me. I'm gonna activate Chicken Game, and isn't that just like Master Duel in a nutshell? Your opponent drops a Maxi, and your 6th card is Ash Blossom. Great, right? I'm gonna go ahead and fire off Foolish Burial Goods, even though I can't combo into a Maxi, because it's just good to get a Rescue Mission in grave. I'm probably gonna like use my Magician Souls, get Master Plan in the graveyard with a Rescue Mission, and then I can like have a Forbidden Droplets, and I can special summon my Master Plan on my opponent's turn as like a defensive creature. He's got a big butt, 2800 defense. But my opponent has the Ash Blossom too. It's like, okay, double hand traps. I'm pretty much, my hand's been stuffed by the double hand trap combo. I can still just normal summon Magician Souls to draw the Chicken Game and not give my opponent a draw. And actually, this isn't too bad. My opponent's committed 2 cards to stopping my plays. They didn't get a single draw off Maxi, so they're going to have a 4-card hand to combo off. I've got 2 interruptions, right? I've got an Ash Blossom and a Forbidden Droplets. Depending on the deck, and obviously at this point I don't know what their deck is, but depending on the deck, that's enough to stymie them. And Magician Souls in my hand plus Where Art Thou is full combo. I can Magician Souls, send Master Plan, and Where Art Thou for quick fix, summon quick fix, get a big red Master Plan back. That is full combo. So if I can like fade their first turn and not get too interacted with them my next turn, I could win. So my opponent's gonna drop Fansies, I believe. Missed that, but yeah, Fansies. They're all kind of the same. I'm gonna go to Ash Blossom this. This is their normal summon for the turn, and a lot of times Prank Kids cannot beat that first Ash Blossom. If they can't get another Prank Kid on the field after they're already committed to their Link summon, they just lose sometimes. Like the only other card they have that really extends past that is the spell that makes a Prank Kids token. So if I can Ash this, I might just be able to get through them. Unfortunately, my opponent has the Called by the Grave, which is, that's hard to beat, right? Maxi, Ash, Called by the Grave for your own Ash to try to stop their plays. That's really rough, right? And the thing about Prank Kids is they combo off 1 card, right? They have such absurd legacy, not legacy support, but like Link support. Meow Meow Mew, Doodle Doo, and Bow Wow, just really absurd cards that like constantly burn through their Prank Kids loop. I'm going to go ahead, and here's the problem. Forbidden Droplets is actually really bad at stopping Prank Kids from going off. Most of their relevant effects activate in the graveyard, right? They're Prank Kids summons from deck. And the only thing Forbidden Droplets here can really do is stop a Doodle Doo from like getting an extra piece of value. Because like it would give him a spell trap from his deck, which would be the Prank Kid spell that makes a token, which lets him link up more, or who knows what else, right? He can probably get the Field spell, anything like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this, but it's not going to matter, really. There's nothing this Forbidden Droplets is ever going to do, especially when my opponent's going into Battle Butler. Because he's still going to get his Dropsies effect, which gets him another Prank Kid, and he can go to Doodle Doo again. The fact that they can do that is pretty rough, but it's going to get him another Prank Kid. I actually had to do that because I think if I don't do that, my opponent gets an easy access code or Boral Sword Dragon line off of Link Climbing, and they can just OTK me with Battle Butler and any other creature. So I think I had to do that or die. And I'm like, okay, well, I've still got combo in my hand. Let's see how far they can go, but they can just go. They get the spell. It just doesn't matter, right? Send the Dropsies, and then Thunder Dragon Fusion. Amusingly, this is like how Prank Kids and Spyral are kind of similar to each other. We're both combo decks that rely on like broken Link climbing abilities, and we both abuse legacy support for other archetypes, right? Spyral famously abuses Magician Souls to make it way better than it was ever meant to be. And this isn't quite as powerful, but it's really consistent. Thunder Dragon Fusion, it fuses into Battle Butler, and it gets them a Fansies on their next turn. It's just really powerful that way. Prank Kids doesn't always OTK you, so it's just a good, recovery card. But yeah, they're into Battle Butler, and they're into Battle Butler with a Meow Mew in the graveyard, which is just really hard to beat. That's double board wipe clears. amusingly, they aren't going to OTK me here, right? They're out of like Prank Kids loops. I think they've used all of their effects at this point, but they have a Fansies in hand. They can combo again next turn if I can't break the board, and obviously I don't have any board breaking tools here. I just have combo. And they're going to go ahead and use their Prank Kid pranks to recycle some of their creatures and get into the Prank Kid in their hand. They got 2 Prank Kids in hand, which is, again, full combo. And I draw a Super Agent. Super Agent actually isn't a bad draw here, but I don't think it's enough, right? I think my opponent's got me just because of Meow Mew's effect. So, and I think I'm actually going to misplay a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my Magician Souls, do my Wear Arfthal, get my Quick Fix. No matter what I'm doing, this is my line, right? I have to go into Quick Fix, I have to get Big Red, I have to try to get Master Plan effect off. My opponent isn't that dumb, though. I'm going to use Big Red, bring back Master Plan, and they're not going to let me get my Master Plan activation here, which would possibly be enough. So they're going to blow up my board. I'm going to get my Master Plan Graveyard effect, get Sleeper and Resort. And I'm going to play Resort. And actually, here's where I misplay. And I'm going to explain how I misplay. I just went to go get Last Resort because I was like, okay, I've got 3 Spirals in Graveyard. Master Plan, Big Red, Quick Fix, no other ones. And it sucks to exile Quick Fix to Sleeper, but I was like, okay, I'm going to drop Sleeper with Last Resort, and try to, maybe he doesn't know what Last Resort does because, he's got his secondary Battle Butler effect because of Meow Mew. And, like, maybe I can start picking apart his board. But that's not quite how it's going to work because they can respond to Last Resort. What I should have done in this situation is I should have gone and gotten any other Spiral name, like my second Super Agent or a Drone or something. Because if I can hit this blind Super Agent, I don't know my opponent's top card, obviously, but if I can hit this blind Super Agent, that turns on my Quick Fix in Graveyard. So I could use Quick Fix to discard, something that isn't Last Resort, like a Drone or second Super Agent, get Quick Fix and Super Agent onto the field, and then I can go into Helix because I know the top card of their deck. And the second Helix hits the field, they have to pop this Battle Butler again, because if I get a Master Plan activation off of Helix or another just more link climbing material, they just have to answer that at that point. Like, it doesn't matter where they do it, they have to just do it before I get another Master Plan activation. But that is really bad for them, right? But unfortunately, I missed the Super Agent, so it doesn't even matter. So I have to just commit to a Sleeper, activate Last Resort. My opponent knows what Last Resort does, so they're going to sack the Butler. This forces me to Sleeper in response. Sleeper's going to blow up 2 of their cards. I can attack over this guy with the Super Agent that's coming out. The seldom used effect of Sleeper is when he blows up, he destroys your whole board. I lose Last Resort because I had to do it that way. Blows up my board. But I get Super Agent. Super Agent's effect triggers to blow up his field spell, and I can attack over his dude, right? I did clear his board, but this don't do anything. This don't do anything. And my opponent's got a Prank Kid in hand, and they've got their extra deck reset, and Prank Kid's combos off 1 card, right? They also have a Thunder Dragon Fusion in Graveyard, which is more than enough to, like, that. Even if they didn't have a Prank Kid, that's another Prank Kid. It goes into Fansies. And at this point, we can kind of fast forward. And this is what happens, right? I had a decent hand, right? I had a full combo. I had a little bit of interruption. It didn't happen in the right order. If I had drawn Ash instead of Chicken Game, I'd probably just win the game, right? Because, like, maybe not. Maybe not. It depends, but it depends on how they play their Ash at that point. But, the fact that they double hand trapped me and stopped my hand trap to stop their combo, so I couldn't follow up and kill them on the crackback, is crippling. And that's the case, right? Prank Kids is a good deck. They played it correctly. They didn't mess up any Battle Butler activations. And I didn't really do anything too wrong. I made one obvious mistake that I see in retrospect that just didn't matter in the end. And, it didn't cost me, but I could have played a little bit better. But you're going to lose sometimes no matter how well you play because your opponent just has every answer and their own combo. Now they just kind of get into the Battle Butler. Thankfully my opponent it's a Prank Kids deck. They could keep going for ages, but they know my last card in hand. They can just attack over and win. And that spirals sometimes. Even if you play a decent hand, you're gonna lose. It's not the best deck in the format. It can't break every board all the time. And I think it'd be misleading for all my videos to be just videos of me crushing people because I get good hands and they get bad hands, right? In a match where my opponent had a slightly better hand, they just barely scraped it out and beat me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you want to see more videos like this where I kind of go into the weaknesses of Spyral, like double hand traps and interruption for your own hand traps, I can do more of that because I don't win every game. Leave any comments down in the comments, and see you next time.